gonna get ready. How do I bring more people to my live? How do I bring more people to my TikTok live and maybe they don't even want to show up?
According to TikTok Help Center, during your live, tap guests at the bottom. 2. Tap invite, then select other creators or friends to join as guests.
Yes. I'm busy making my tea. Oh, I gotta make sure this doesn't fall down, eh? Gotta clean my dishes over here first. Oh my God, everything is so dirty. Not happy about that. You know, I started doing this, I said I'll wait. You know, I'm not gonna go live yet, and by mistake I pushed the button. So I'm just gonna wait till a few people, you know, show up. If you wanna know what's going on here, why does this place look so funny? I have to clean the floor, right? Why does this place look the way it does, right? Hey, it just does. Trying to clean up. Hate the mess. Just hate the mess. Look at that. I must have been so busy not to pay attention to my floor. Very, very important to keep the house clean, you know? Yeah, very important to keep the house clean. So we're going to start in a minute just cleaning a few of my dishes here. I just saw these dishes and, you know, you can let one dish go and, yeah, you can let 2 dishes go and then all of a sudden you went to sleep and you let those 2 dishes go overnight, and if it's warm in the house, you might get some of them fruit flies, you know. You don't want any stupidity coming into the house. You know what I mean about the fruit? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing a full cleanup. I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna liberate this and just neaten out the dishes a little bit if I don't clean them perfectly. Right over here, get this here, and I wanted to warm up this tea. I'm gonna be beginning in a minute. I want to wash my hands in the meantime. If you want to take a look around, right? Yeah. If you want to take a look around, who's here? Absolutely no one. Hey, I see 2 people. How you doing, Miss 47? And, well, you ain't got a number, so I'll give you a number, 15, because that's what it says. Just give me a minute. Start this out over here. Not going to be a very long video. Got a bunch of things to do. I'll be starting up in a couple of minutes. I'll be there in a minute. I'm just warming up a cup of joe, a cup of tea, right? Just give me a minute. Be there in a minute, you know. Be there in a minute, you know, eh? I'm coming. I'm coming. Just waiting for that hot tea, so if you're waiting for me over here, I'll be there in a minute. I'll be joining you in a minute. There ain't nobody here. How are you doing, Maris Rack? How you doing, Sophie and Doc and John? But you know, it's funny because nobody ever stays more than 7 seconds. Yet I looked at a couple of these battles they're doing, and, you know, I guess I'm into fun and games, and that's why I put on my true self right over here, right? Encourage your viewers. It says hosts. What does this mean, hosts? Let me read that. Co-hosting with God's Son, Naomi, Babe, everybody's these hosts. Here we got Patch, and let's see all these hosts. So we're going to look down in a minute. We're going to finish off that cup of Joe and then come down and sit here. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. I just put my hand in a bag and I thought it was a tea bag inside. Can't use that cup. Drag over this cup over here. So we did that. Get myself just a regular tea bag. Maybe one of these nuts. Okay. So I definitely ain't doing no video today. Right? I ain't starting no video today unless I get a little involvement over here. So maybe we're going to invite some guests. I know they're in and out because right here, right now, it says there's nobody here. So there's a possibility that nobody is here. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Right? Let's see what the difference between guests are. Okay, I see friends not watching this live. Hold on a second. Friends not watching this live. It's pretty interesting. It means there's nobody here. Hosts. Now, why would I bring any hosts, right, into this group when there's actually no one here? Co-hosting with, Good Wife, Young Boy, Rose, Yema, Noma. Well, what is this Noma? That's pretty interesting. What's Noma? I'm going to see if somebody just invites me. Even though, I mean, why invite anybody when there's nobody here, you know? Look at that. The sun's coming from that side, right? Can I block that light? So I can just, see the way I can just direct that light off of there? So, no one's here. I've been here 5 minutes now, and no one has shown up. I want to see who's real. Let's see if I go pin my goal. What does it mean? Right? Go pin my goal. What is this? Encourage your viewers. Invite Oscar Lagan to join as a guest. I don't really like to ask anybody. I prefer that you ask yourself. If you want to come up, if you want to ask me any questions, I'm here to answer the questions. Encourage your viewers to help me achieve my goals. I will always answer. So they put that thing there now, right? Well, I don't like to put things up that disturb my, we can just put all three of those up, right? I don't even know what that is. Okay, how you doing, Oscar? Is it Oscar? Yeah, Oscar de a Lagoon. So does anybody have any questions? Why is my apartment painted this way? Why, oh, why, oh, why? Planet Earth. Planet Earth. Didn't actually know I was here until, when I got a little bit older. I was thinking about it. I said, that'd be a good place to go, Planet Earth. Get some elements. Set me up with the way home, understanding how I move amongst the stars and who I am in the big scheme of things. I'm not sure if it's fair. Right? Not sure if it's fair. But I'm drinking water. Well, this is actually tea, but I breathe the same air as everybody else. I swim in the same ocean as everybody else.
I drink liquids. Other people drink liquids. I should be jealous that other people are drinking liquids. I have an alphabet. Oh my God. Imagine if we didn't share the alphabet. That'd be like I'd have to go to another part of the country, right, where they speak a different language than me. And if I didn't share my alphabet, how would we communicate? Well, how about with a smile? That's a good start before the alphabet came up, right? Why did the alphabet come up? Before I came here, all I had to do was give a stern look. You know when you give somebody a stern look? Oh, I got a lot of roses there. Yep, look at all them roses. Achoo! I got too many. Oh, sorry, they're not roses. Those are, achoo! They're hearts. Okay, I can't sneeze. I sneeze with the rose, you know. The only time the rose comes into the house, the pink, right? Well, somebody wanted to join me live, so I said that because in French, right, and that's what I do, is I want to know the difference, like, you know, between the frogs and the square heads, you know, so between the English and the French, between the channel English channel.
According to Wikipedia, the English Channel, also known as the Channel, is an arm of the Atlantic Ocean that separates southern
I lost my trend of thought. Yeah, so I mentioned Rose. Yes, now I also know Rose was on the Tai. You know, Rose in the Titanic, right? Titanic. Like, I'm not sure if it's the cinders. Well, because when I say words, I like to break them down. I want to be a child. You know, like when I'm growing up to learn the word. So I hear it. I see it written down. I see the letter association. Not always understanding the pronunciation that when I get the first association within the name. Pourquoi il y a des têtes carrées pour les Anglais? Quand tu as une tête carrée, ça peut donner que le roi, the king, okay, the king of diamonds. The king of diamonds is the only king that has one eye. The jack has 6 eyes. The king has 7 eyes, and the queen has 8 eyes. Now, you might have just joined the channel. Oh my God, there's still only just one. That's okay, but you might see this in the future. Just that we won't be able to talk together at the moment. Okay, so let me go back. So the tête carrée, right? Tête carrée is the only card in the deck, the only suit in the deck, that if I turn it upside down, you don't know if this is 5, 5 par en haut, or 5 par en bas. It's 7 up and 7 down. They're identical. I call the diamond card the duplication card. The duplication card, except when I get to the Jack, Queen, King, because there's only one marking, what do I do with that one here? See, if I'm going to duplicate this, although this is the 12th card, I only see 2 diamonds. And that 2 diamonds is going to now show me Venus comes into reflection into the house. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. 3939, where are all my sky angels? Where are all my sky angels? Where are the duplication of my sky angels? I brought you in here. It was a racket. It was a sin. It was tennis. 15, 15, and 10 and 20 in tennis. Where do I get all the information? What did I say? Why did I say it? Because if I was a child, right? Remember, we're just the children of creation. That here is the 2 card within the queen, but not only within the queen, okay? Not only within the queen, but Venus shows up in the king. And you know what's funny about that? I mean, it's awful. I found my diamond king. There he is. Heads up. When you draw 2 hearts together, it creates a diamond in between. And it says 808. I'll show you it if you ask. Please participate. Venus. Again. Venus again. And look at that rotation or sine wave if you want to look at that. See, it's to the left side, breaking out to that side, breaking out to this side, inside the card. Look what it's showing to you. Right? Is it showing you, what is it showing you, those 3 balls? What are they supposed to mean? Is it the 2 red balls of Mars, guided by Mercury, being the earmuffs of Earth? Or is it the 1? How you see the hourglass coming together. They're facing 2 different directions, one to the right and one to the left. And we can see, I'm not sure if these can be noted as the barracks. See, this over here can be noted as the barracks. See the extra dimension on this? See the way they're curved on this? Do you notice the way they have a 9 and a 6 on this card? This looks like a mask. Jack has a mustache. Jack of Hearts has 1 eye. What is the cleaver for? Is this a mask? What is this? Is this a new set of hair that's all wrapped up? Looks like we're joining the circus. And then look here. Is it the moon? Is this the sine wave? This means it's a movement between one area space over here. Okay. See that? It's the same area space that if I should join this corner to that corner, all right, if I would join, where was I with this? Yeah, so and then it looks like you might have either musical notes or doors. I go here, go into door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, or door number 4. Somebody asked me to co-host, and then they run away, and I don't mind. But sometimes I can't always stay on the... And here, even when the Joker comes along, right? See the Joker comes along? What is the understanding of the basis of this suit? Notice the colors of blue and yellow. Blue and yellow will create green. Red and yellow will create orange. Did I say green? Right? Blue and red creates purple. So we have the left side and the right side, Democrat, Republican, cold and hot. We have the yellow in the center, right? Usually we should have purple running through that, but yet we have running through the yellow, running through the soul, right? Does that make us the purple within? Now we have a magic wand over here. So I'm not going to go over what this all means. I have to understand it myself. And I think it's half and half, both sewed together between what I like to call the spirit, right? But I usually call the yellow the soul. But I have a mix up with one of my colors, because when you use the washroom, I usually call the standing up the spirit and the sitting down the soul. One of them, I mean, first of all, one of them is more golden than anything else. It's not red. And anyways, I don't want to get into that dimension of this, because somehow it keeps flipping over back and forth. Anyways, I was speaking about rose. Do you remember rose? In English, right? Rose, in French, rose is pink, right? P-I-N-K. In French, pink is rose. Now it's not red for hot, and it's pink. So what we need to make pink, we need the color white. So we now are going to mix our white with our red to get pink. White is 65, red is 27, or total them between the two equals to a total of 92 or 83. If we did, I don't want to do it to the minus. If I did it to the minus, it equals to 38. Now, there's a lot of math and a lot of stories going on when I speak. There's a lot of stories going on because what I'm doing is I have an empty space and I got, let's say, the periodic table in front of me and I have a recipe, right? Or I have the periodic table in front of me and I'm trying to understand the recipe. And some of the recipes show up in words. Okay, I'm not sure which way I should say this, right? It's like I know what red is. I know how to write red. I know how to write red in English and French. I know that in the word red are 3 letters. I know the position of the letters of red are R18, E5, and D4. I know that in every single house except for R, right, which is the 9th house, noted to be birth, it's the only house that only has 2 letters. So I look at all the differences, right? And then I have what happens when I connect the white and the red together to make pink, right? Which is number 50, if I remember correctly, right? It's number 50, pink. Just give me a second. I'm thinking of something. That when I connect the numbers together that connect pink, the short count in a Pythagorean count, right, where everything counts down to a single digit, we also have to understand that when I do use 2 digits, okay, and if I use 2 digits, okay, if I'm on the clock, or if I use 2 digits and I'm counting with money, right, well, those 2 digits will end up in the change section. In the change, I have 99 cents. I have from 1 to 99 cents. I have 1 to 99 cents. If I had none, I would have no pennies. We just have to, that means I have an open hand, right? I got nothing in my hand. Whoop, I got 1 in my hand. I got 1 in the palm. Something to do with the bush, but we're not going to get there. So let me hold this book up and show you where I'm at with this. Let me just see if I said everything correctly. Yes. So we were talking about, because I'm going to use number 65, that's 2 areas. So if I had 65, I have 65 of 99. Not 65 of 100, but if I want to go 65 of 100, you have 1, I have 99. We're going to put 2 of us. I got 1 in one hand, 99 in the other. And it'll always have to stay that way. I always have to have 1 in the hand, right? And then I'll have 99 in the other hand. And then I can pass them over. That's one of the ways to do that. Or just say I have 99, and when I put 1 in this hand, I'll have 98. We have to use all these situations and understand how these work. Hello, Mr. No 2. Le Joker est une pause part 2. Et si le Joker sera la clé? Le Joker, c'est 59. Le 59, c'est que the 59, the Joker's number 59, right? I don't know what the word is in French for Joker. I forget what the word is. I'll have to look that up. But it's number 59. And the E-world that we are in, the birth is into the E-world. So we're born into the E-world. The E-world is joining the heavens. Now, what happens in this association is when you join the E-world, the E is the 5th letter. When you join the E-world, the hand is also noted, okay, to be equal to 15. 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15. 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 24, 120, and 15 equals 135. Right? Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to continue on with what I was saying, even though I was asked to co-host. I'm going to still continue on to what I was doing. So we added on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 15, and we multiply it, right? It equals to 120.
والله يا برو أنا ساقطة في الرياضيات. ليش ده؟
Yeah, so how you doing over there? It's gonna disturb my live. So how do we undo this? Is there a way to undo this? Just 1 second. Yeah, that's better. Can somebody tell me how to take away these people who want to join? I don't mind joining other channels. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm not just writing it in a book and selling it on the street. No. I need, oh, look, I just hit 135. Although I must survive, I must own part of Mars, right? The 4 key on the keyboard is the $sign, where the 5 and 1 join together, splitting everything apart. Equaling to what is not seen before, but once it's split apart, you end up with the yin and the yang, the life to birth rotation of the sun. Wow, no one's here again, eh? Okay, I'm going to be uploading this to my other channels, so we're going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to have to join my my YT channel because this is a little sad. Imagine before I joined this group that I'm in right now, right? There was much more people here, and ever since I joined the group, there's much less people here. So it's a little weird, and I'm not the only one that has said that. What is this popular live? What is that? League 4 top 10%. So yeah, so where was I with this? So what happens is when you add, and I don't like that this is backwards, so I'm going to have to turn this around, this camera. Okay, so what happens when you add 1 through 5, it equals to 15. When you multiply, it equals to 120. When you add it together, it equals to 135. A, C, and E, ace. Everything begins to split right over here. The reverse of the 5 ball is the 13 ball. The 5 and the 13 split in the game of pool. They are the orange ball. It will say ACE. It will also be the division between the letter M and the letter N, or the association between the two. The 13th and the 14th letter coming before and going after, before the N, after the M, is an area of 13.5. It'll create the orange, okay? 1 and 3 equals to 4. 4 and 5 is a passage in the sun. Fox, 45. 6, 6, and 6. It's connecting the 3 O's or the 3 X's together in the game of EXO. As the world that I understand so far that I've put together can be found right over here. Where did I pick up any of this information at all? Hello, Charlie Talk number 1. How you doing? Says say hi. You got any questions? Right? That's really a cute character, right? Yeah, you like my green screen? You like the green screen? Even comes with a broom. And I get to go and take my green screen, right? And I just get to go up here on the green screen like that, right? You go up to the green screen and you do that, right? It's like one of these multifunctional green screens, right? Oh, look at here. Everybody keeps joining and leaving, but no participation. There's got to be a place for some participation. Isn't it weird what they can do? You can't see my cup. Just doing a little bit of breathing. Okay, Charlie, is there anything you'd like to ask me? Would you like to know what I do? And because I like to share, I wish that the participants that join the channel understand that I'm coming here and it's all for fun, all a joke, and all very true and all very serious, all at the same time. Polarity. Okay, before I get the rationality and being logical, and polarity and knowing the difference between good, right, and wrong, between noticing that you have made some sort of error by driving your car over the bridge, some sort of error, that was just an error. Why shouldn't you do it? Because the airbag popped and you don't want that to happen. But when that's the situation, it becomes a grave situation. Grave is marked this way. I take languages and I use their terminology and the understanding and the word value of the character alphabet. When I say character alphabet, the entire alphabet is joined with dots and dashes. The entire alphabet, okay, is a connection of dots and dashes and angles. I will not get all my explanations for my verbality that I speak or the words I choose or the association of the words I choose to explain. Can I say explain or express, right? I don't, like, I'd rather say I don't articulate to the way I would prefer to be able to speak because it seems unprecise in certain ways. What's ironic is when I play the cards in the Jungle Book, it shows me that the 9 was at the top in 8. See this card here? This is the 9 card, but it's no longer here. I don't live the life between 2. I live the upper life, right? The 5 life, not the 4 life. I live the spirit within 4. Valuation, 2. 2 up, 2 down. The diamonds are the only one that repeat themselves. Doesn't matter which way I hold this card, you'll be saying the same direction both ways. It's the only card that gets 2 times its value, which will be 91 and 91. Now, the other thing about this is because the Jack, Queen, King, right, all have these markings to the corner. Instead of me calling it the 13th card, I'm now going to call it either Jack, Queen, or King, right? Or I'm just going to use the 2 diamonds, okay, 1 on each corner, and call it that value. And if I did that, then every single card has to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 here. I have 9. Where you see 6, I see 8. Where you see 6, I see 8. I also see a 9 and a 6 on this card. You see 9, I see 6. You look up, I look down. It's plain and simple. So we can just align ourselves the way we think about other realities. To note that the spade is number 45, the same as Fox 45. The difference is 1 is 3 letters, 1 is 5 letters. 1 is going to represent 5 times 27. 5 times 27 is 135. It's going to represent the dividing sun, 6, 6, and 6 through the 7th gate. Living in the E world as the 9 birth. Halfway between. Do you understand? Would you like to ask me a question? 6, 6, and 6 is equal to 156. It's also 12 years times 13 moons equaling to 156. And what it's going to do, it's going to characterize where is Rubik's Cube? Just give me a second here. Just give me a second. Where's my cube? I've been moving that cube around a lot, you know. Just give me a second. I'm going to shut these lights off maybe. Too much lighting. Yeah, ain't happy with my darn self there. Ain't happy. Oh, there she is. Rubik's Cube. So the Jack, Queen, King, we're going to add 1 through 10 equals to 55, right? 1 through 9 equals to 45. Then we're going to add on Jack, Queen, and King, and they're only going to show 2 buttons on each, right? So that'll be 6. Right. The Jack, the Queen, and the King in the deck. J, Q, K. 11, 17, and, 10, 17, and 11. And where we have V, D, R. 18, 4, and 22. 17, 28, 38, 22, 44. What I just did is I just calculated the value of the Jack, the Queen, and the King, the J letter, the Q letter, and the K letter, equaling to 38. And the reverse of Jack, Queen, King is Jack and Queen and the letter P, possibly for parking. I don't know. It's going to equal to a total of, it's supposed to be 81, so that would be 43. So one would be gold, and it would be DC. The other one, the V is reverse the E, the D is reverse the W, and that says we, right? And then the R is reversed to I. Wow, 5, 9, and 5, 595, 559. Wow, birth pass, Jack, Queen, King. 32, 37, wow, 37 is huge. 37, right, is where the 2, 5, and 8, 2, 5, and 8, 2, 5, and 8, right, on your calculator. When you come down to 17 and 20, 37, you crisscross from one side to the other side, 37. That's how you're put together on the 30s on this board over here. We're going to put these cards away, but let's see what the 9, see what we have? We have the King, we've got the Child, right side up, swinging from the trees. Look, held on. See the way it's like held on over here? Those 4 corners connected together. The Jack shows us the dinosaur from a prior period in time. See the 7, what it shows us? The 9... All right, look at the 9 shows us. You know, the regular deck of cards. And in here, it shows me which way I should put it. See the way this guy is standing up here? I now have the 2 here and the 1 here. When I look at this, I usually think of 2 and 1. When I think of 2 and 1, I think of the moons of Mars. The moons of Mars connected to the moon of Earth over here. So we have the 7, we have the 2, we have the 5, it's the same. Here we have the 8. Look at that, what happened. In this, right, look at this. Let me see, let me show you it here. These are the Jungle Book cards. So you see the, you see the 8 and the 9? They're made the same way. The only difference is that one heart that's in the center. So it's almost like the heavens is not needed, because now the spirit comes into the heavens in the one world inside the E world and lives right here. It didn't live as a lesser. It lived as an equal inside of this area here. 3, these are half areas. And usually when it's half areas, you have to turn it this way. See the way that heart on this side over here can move over? No one's been here for a while. So, has anybody heard of the marble, like the blue marble, right? Would you think that would go with the ram and the bull, right? Can you say an ox is like a bull? Would you say an ox is like a bull? An ox is an ox, and a bull is a bull. Let's see if there's any. Let me see. Guess. Viewers, That says that the viewers, Mr. No is here, and everybody else seems to have gone. What does it mean, hosts? How do you get rid of a host? What does this mean, hosts? It doesn't look like there's anybody serious anywhere. What is that? Not on live, 115. What does Bab Canada talk about? Co-host with creators. Co-host with creators. Let me look on here if I can get in. They're not letting me into my channel. I don't know why. Okay, let me try here. Yeah, they ain't letting me in. Whoa. Yeah, I'm seeing all these names pop up at the bottom, but it's hard to continue to talk to nobody. I've got thousands of videos, and I put out a lot of new stuff every single day. Even if it's 1 or 2 items and I speak for 2 hours, I'm doing a lot of repeating. I'm also at the same time, when I repeat, when there's a question that's asked, it opens up my mind to think of something else, right? A different way to look at something, or possibly something I haven't looked at in a while. That's what many minds and squabbling does. When you overhear something, you can, put it into, let me see, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this and that. And hanging on monkeys over here. So it's really funny. Hey, Gino, did anybody really join? Hey, Bella, how you doing? 7 followers, 302 following. Let me drink a little bit of my tea. So it's been silent for the last 5 minutes. Not one person comes in. Unless someone's there and I can't see. What's the meaning of this? You know, I'm looking right now at somebody else's live, and it's Decode the Matrix 369, and they put up a word, Al, and then Qaeda, QAEDA 642-246. 64, 46, 24, a gateway, okay. Yeah, I understand. I read the numbers, that's what I do. I read the numbers. This is pretty sad. So we're going to just see if we can get a host over here, or a battle. How do we join a battle? Let's see if we can do something. What's going on? I'm looking for someone doing something on the Zodiac. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's really, really cool. I love it. Look at the way that lion got stuck at the top. Look at that, eh? I'm doing a TikTok right now, and I lost my head. Can I get my head back? Ta-da! It's like I slipped my mask off. Like I slipped it off. Like let me like rip that mask off. That's okay. That's okay. How's everybody doing? Are you gonna ask me like, am I gonna waste your time? No, that you know what? Where did that come from? Hey, oh look, we got two. So I'm here, and I keep going over and over again. And on this channel, either you can ask me questions, what I do, and or what if there's a number or something in the zodiac you're looking for. I might be able to help you find it through the understanding of how numbers work, how they associate with each other. What I basically really do on this channel, okay? What I really do on this channel, I don't do any art, although I did. That's not a green screen. That's the ceiling in the apartment right now. I was taught to paint. They taught me to paint in my dreams, where I was actually looking at the wall, you know, after they told me just go crazy, and I put the first coat on, and I can see all the lines. So I started following all the lines, and then I had some ideas. Well, everybody's talking about mushrooms and fleur-de-lis, FDL, right? They're talking about mushrooms, fleur-de-lis, FDL. Hey, how are you? Derby Hardcore 73, Creation of the Gateway, Britain, Nibiru, 313 equals to a 7. How do we create number 7 and 3? How do we create any of the numbers? And what is the association with those numbers to the guides we are given on this planet? The 7 days a week? Now I'm going to look at the cube. Is it the 6 and the 1 day of the week? Or is it the 2 and the 5 days of the week? Or is it the 3 and the 4 day of the week? But when I look at this one, I can use 3 and 4, or I can say 3, 1, 3. And when I go at 5 and 2, right? Now, this is some of my new stuff, but when I go at 5 and 2, right? What happens with 5 and 2 is 5 cuts everything in half, and 2 makes it whole again. 5 times any number to a single digit will be half the number you originally started with, regardless of what the number was. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. Let's do it again. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. Well, I didn't cut it in half. You're right. I doubled it up. Now, 2 times 6 will equal to 12. 1 plus 2 will equal to 3. They double each other up, and they bring them back to where they actually were. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. Let me see what that was. I don't know if I got that one right. Let me see if it's all of them, or were there, because on some certain things there are markings. Let me just see that. Oh, sorry. I do it afterwards. Hold on a second. Right. So I have to do it first. First, what I have to do is I have to have it, right? So let me see this. Okay, that's what it is. You see, when I do 5 times 7, it equals to 35. 3 and 5 equals to 8. Did I get that right? Yes. And then 2 times 8 equals to 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. So if I go 5 times 9, right? 5 times 9 equals to 45. 5 and 4 equals to 9, right? 9, I think, is the only one that always resides in its house. Half of 9 is 9, and then 2 times 9, although it's 18, it gets reduced back down to 9 again. I hate writing so messy. Where am I going to take this? Something I haven't talked about in a while, right? And there's just so much stuff. Burnt orange, right? Because our passing of Pluto goes through the sun, where our creation, right? Our 3-6 creation, what creates 27? 3 times 6, 18, 9. 3 plus 6 equals to 9. 9 and 18 equals to 27. Into the gateway of your birth, 9, 11. In the heavens of the spirit, into creation, 8 and 1, 9, 8 and 3, 11. The upper part, right, joining of Saturn, Uranus, 13, 1 and 3, 4. Okay, over here to what is joining 1 and 6, 7. 7 and 4. I can read it that way. I can read it the other way. I can go 1 and 6, 7 to 4, 9, 13, 1 and 3, 4. I can do 5 and 2, 7 to 8 and 5, 13, 1 and 3, 4. This is our base cycle. This is 1. Okay, this one over here, okay, will revert into this one over here. 2 of these will come here. 3 of these will come here. This one will never leave its space. This one always remains in its area. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 is 8 is 9. 7 times 3 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 6 times 6 is 36 is 9. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So we already know when and where our number is going to move. 4 times 6 becomes its own. 4 lives within the realm of 6. 4 is whole, 6 becomes a half, and this becomes lesser plus. We're 1.5 times coming into creation. 1.5 times 4 equals to 6. The zodiac sign might be 12 for 6 and 6 sides on a dice, and it can also be because of the overlapping of your 12, the 12 tribes. So if I had 12 rulers, would I overlap? Okay, when I have 12 rulers, 12 groups, now when I bring them together, I overlap the ruler. So instead of having 12, I'm going to overlap, let's say 3 inches here and 3 inches here. So what I had is a 12-inch ruler here and a 12-inch ruler here now became 21 inches. 21 inches, 1 inch for every dot on this cube. You have 4 of them. You connect them. I'm just trying to think because the last ruler, when it reconnects, okay, so every time we have a ruler, all we're actually adding on is 9. The first ruler is 12, right? But it becomes 9, and then it becomes 30, 39, 48, 57, right? And we come to the last ruler. We do the same thing. We overlap and remove 3. Let me get some hot water. I'm going to come back. I know there's only one here. If you're interested to ask me anything, do not hesitate. You might be timid. Well, guess what? I'm wearing a mask. Can't you tell? I'm a little timid. This is video over 11,000. Thousands of notes that I've taken down, that I've written out, that I've written down. Oh, written down. I didn't take them down. I wrote them down. Took them from my mind. So I'm just going to go check the hot water. I'm going to come back. And thank you for the lights. We're going to get back onto, if you want to talk about what number 7 does, what location number 7 is found in, that the Uranus, one of the suns, is located with the 3 creation, the Earth planet. Now, is that our 3 creation? Or are we the mirror creation? We're actually the mirror creation. We're 1.5 times, right? We're 1.5 times in Saturn. We're a Saturn creation from Mars, Venus. Venus 2, Venus 4, Venus 6, Venus at the divided gate. We don't say 80. I picked up, or I used one of my codes, or one of the codes, or I just use some of the stories that are happening, like in English, in French. You know, the square head and the frog, the English and the French, the English and the French, the English and the French. And I live in the province, okay? I live in the province where the word cul-bec means the mouth and the tail end, okay? Bec means to kiss. And cul is a tail or the ass, right? And I don't know if it's the donkey's ass to pin the tail on the donkey. I don't know, right? But we're going to get back to that, all right? And for some reason, I feel some cold air like, the mask popped off. You know, one day, all the masks will pop off. Halloween. Tell you about Halloween in a minute. Like, just from what I see, like the difference, my whole apartment looks like I sort of painted it Halloween. Halloween. Now, I got to see how to spell it because I need to spell it sometimes the way everybody else does. You know, I used to send messages to people and I would press these buttons and when they would get there and I would go, that's what you got? Never wrote that. He's go, yeah, you did. And then I started writing and looking and I go, oh boy, I must be seeing something different. Halloween. Oh yeah, I got that. It first starts with Hall-O-Ween. And actually I got low. And I have een inside the word. And just like with the word 18, and there is no other word. It's just 18. That's the only one for me. Of course, there's going to be others, right? There's going to be others, but not in the family of numbers. Well, there will be other in the families of numbers. You know, it's going to be like it's going to come around like possibly a 36 if you went 18 and 18, or 54 if you went 18, 18 and 18. But I'm not quite sure when you did the fourth 18 because the House of Venus tells you to do in the fourth area like it's 4 times something, right? And it turns over to something else because ABC, this is an ABC system, right? A, B, C, D. That's the system. The first part of the system, I don't know if it's just A and then AB. And when they have AB, right, what you have with AB, that equals to 3, okay? And if A was first and B was second, and I just use the ST for first and the ND for second, for me, the word looks like stand. And if I'm going to stand, I like to know where I'm standing. So I'm going to stand on $17. 65 and 44 equals to 21 and 109. And I relate that to thunder and lightning. Yeah, I relate it to thunder and lightning because when I get 109 in English, in French or in English, you can also go 19. 10 for 10, right? And 10 is number 37. It plays from the left side of the board, right? And 39, the angel number, plays from the right side of the board. And it's ironic that 10 in English hits up with 39 and 10 in French hooks up with 37. Isn't that amazing? That's so amazing. Why is it amazing? 7 and 9. In order to use the 7, you have to have the 9 because we're not going to talk about the System Connect star system, right? The 10 months, 3 and 7, 10, 9 and 1, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 8 and 2, 10, because your birth is your face. You face your birth. And then you come to your birthday. Your birthday. All around this cube. 3. I turn it here and I'll turn it that way and show you 3. And then I'll turn it around and I'll turn my dice around. All the way around there's going to be 3 dots over here. Because you can't see them there, right? Because you can't see them there, they're here. 3, 3, 3, 3. That's 12, right? But there were only 9, right? There were only 9, but it's 12. To go around on the ring side, like, oh, maybe we're ringing around the rosy. Ring around a rosy. How do you spell Rosie? Hey, Rosie, can I spell you? Yeah. Ring around the rosy. Oh, it says ring around the roses. I want to hear Rosie. And then you have a pocket full of posies, right? Posy, Rosie. I'm going to just put Rosie, and I'm not sure if it's a rosin bag and pitching, right? So where are we before I lose everybody? Yes, we were talking about the EEN and Halloween. And Halloween, we're going to bring out the orange. Well, I don't know if it's a California orange, if it comes from somewhere else. For where I live, it could be a Florida orange. That's where the Keys are. No? Oh, actually, across the street is where the Keys are. Because the Keys, right, is 88. There's 88 keys on the piano that I've touched, right? Where there's 52 and 36, right? And I'm trying to remember what 36 was other than our bass creation coming on day 6. And we don't need to use the 6 alone. Well, we don't even use the 9 alone, right? We actually use 12 for our birthday. So if we're on day 6, the God rests on day 7. When do we start life? I guess we start on Monday or Sunday, day 8. So now we know 1 and 8 is the encompass of the beginning. And we didn't even go through a week yet. We don't get to a week until we take the first 6 days of our coming. We take the 1 day of rest, and then we get to the next 6 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And now we have 13 days of the coming of man. 616. It just so happens the Monopoly board, okay, the outline of the Monopoly board is 616. Ashes, and they all fall down. Ashes, ashes. So then if it's ashes, ash in French is the number, ash in French is the letter H. Ash in French is the letter H. And now we have to go to dust. So we go ashes and dust, right? And it's the letter H, but we're saying it with the letter A. And HD, when it comes together, burnt orange, Harley Davidson. This calculator shows you, okay, that C6 and 3, it's not with the 7 and 2 9 or the 1 and 8 9, where 1 lives in between 8, or the 4 and 5 9. It's our 6 and 3 9. The reason it's 6 and 3 9 base creation, because it takes 1 to fit between 2. Here's 2 areas. I put 1 in between. 1 between 2 equals to 3. Life begins. 3 in the dot, 6 in the void. Calculator has a 9 face. 1, 2, 3. Now I put this wing on, and I add this wing on over here. So you can connect here all the way to here. And then once you connect here all the way to here, once you connect here all the way to here, you can connect here all the way to here. You have one wing, and here you have another wing. The 4 and 5, the numeric value for the word sun, for the word love. The 45 is for the word fox. For the word of a sun birth will be 54. It's noted to be 3 times 18, or tandem situations. There are 18 cubes, 12 of duplicates, and 6 singles that run around this. I like to call it the house of Kaaba. Praying to the house that everything rotates around, that explains and can be explained through a calculator, a deck of cards, the alphabet, and games. The zodiac, the astronumeric zodiac. television shows and songs, builders' codes, another brick on the wall, and the way the alignments of the bricks are set up. When you create those roses, when you create the rose for apparently the little boys and girls when they come into this world, we are the children of the Creator. We have to think that when we first came into the world, what we were taught that was honest amongst the masses. There was something really honest amongst the masses, okay, that we all shared alike, that came in fairness. Although it could be a spell and a cheat code, we still used it in honesty, and that was the alphabet. Just wanted to check something. Oh, that's pretty funny. I got a message, right? That was from yesterday. I just got it today. So where am I with this? Yes, we're talking about Halloween. We're talking about 4 and 5 fitting in between 3 and 6. So let me do this. I have 3 and 6. I have 4 and 5. I have 2 and 7. I have 1 and 8. Somebody wanted me to co-host. I'm not sure if I'm going to jump up and co-host right now, or maybe I will, right? So there's many ways to write this out. I can go 4 and 5 sitting at the top, okay, of 3 and 6, 2 and 7, 1 and 8. Or what I can do is I can put 1 and 8 on the inside, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. Everybody knows, right, regardless of how you connect it, you always have to know that 1 and 2 is your base creation. We only start at 3. We only start at 3. We only start at 3 over here. And in between that is this, the heart, the sun, love. It is the IT system. 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 is 20 and 9 equals to 29. Equals to 29 and 11. It creates in itself 11, 11. There are not many that do that. 6 times 3, 6 plus 3 equals to 18 and 9 equals to what is 27 and what is 9. So we can practically put up against 18, 29 and call that the 9, 11. Right? You follow what I'm saying? And when you get 29, 2 times 9 is 18, and 2 plus 9 is 11. So you actually join it by creating the mathematical situation. 18 on this side, 11 on this side. 2 plus 9, 29, right? 20 and 9, 20 minus. They create 18 and 9. 2 times 9 is 18. Sorry, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18 and 9. 7 and 9, they have a deal going on between them with numbers. I'm going to try and remember that's what 7 and 9 and 8. The thing about 8, right, when I went to Halloween and I wrote down 18, is because when you say the word 18, and I'm not an English teacher, but I like to study what the entire planet has ever studied and find something that's fair to the planet, right? It doesn't matter if it's real or it's fake. It's just that you've seen it. Now I can use it to put it to give it a balance, right? Like if I touch something, it's hot, I burn myself, I go to the hospital, I had to go to the H, obviously, if something you did sent you to the H, right? If something gave you that height, that great vibration, what it gives you, right? So I don't have all the terminology for all of this. You can classify it in words however you want. I do it in numbers because they tend to be pretty much precise, but not quite understood. Not yet at this time. I'm going to get my hot water that I plugged in. Give me about a minute. Hello, Mr. MLO 976. Are you still here? Anybody want to come out here live? Anybody got anybody watching them on their channel? What is that? 8? Hey, Ken, how's it going? If you're still there. I don't even know who's still here. Just let me check something out here. Oh, this is really weird. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I found it. I just wanted to watch my live so I can see what's going on if there's any questions, because I can't see everything on my screen. Okay, it says now it says there's 2 people. If you got any questions, go ahead. I'd like to get some Discord in here. I mean, the value of my word is very small, right? Unless there's Discord in order to set me back. Unless I'm set back, although when I'm interrupted or I take my time out to do thinking outside of where I was in the last breath, I think it's very important that everybody gets a chance to either tell me what I'm doing is not wrong, but why can't this be done? Or why is it this? Can it be that? And why is it not that? And usually, if you can find something, it usually is. But what happens when it becomes something that you might change it into, something that I haven't seen before? Just like this number 18. See, in the word 18, and then I'm going to go get my hot water. When you say 18, when you say the word 8, EIGHT, you only need to add on EEN with 18. So instead of adding on the teen part, I don't need the teen part. The heavens is one. It's joined together through the birth. Automatically through the birth, you automatically pick up with your 6, you get the chance for the extra point. And once you get the communication with the extra point, that extra point only works between the posts. But when it works between the posts, all of a sudden you have Trinity, you have the field goal. You have landed upon the prison, 25 years to life, the life sentence, that within a sentence, it ends with a period. And when it ends with a period, we have that period that comes on the 28th day of the moon cycle. We can also call it the menstrual cycle, although it happens to the female. So the oceans are now involved in this. Let me get that hot water. I'll be back. Whoa, hey, that was pretty crazy. It was upside down and I didn't see it. How's everybody doing? On this channel, you're always going to get, I believe, the honest Discord. I'm always going to answer everybody's question if I can just not, if I can remind myself to slow down, stop to answer the questions, We're on this planet. We're all here breathing the same air, right? We see the same sky. We go into the ocean. It doesn't matter what's happening in the sky. It doesn't matter what's happening in the world. It doesn't matter at all. Until we come together, we won't be able to make any changes because we don't stand at the heart of the matter, brother to brother. Brother to brother. We're still going to finish Halloween. We're still going to learn about number 29. Brother to brother. THE. The 33. THER 33 and 18, 51. TH for 28, the cycle in the moon, that at every end of every cycle of the 28 days, the moon, she glows. And it's the end of the period, right? The end of the sentence, right? The end of the sentence is the period. The period, when you're writing, the comma, the period, the comma, the period. Can it be part of trial and error? Right? You put in the comma to slow down. Does that mean we had unification at that time? The comma looks like a 9 or a 6, right? Depending if you're looking up or down. You know, I thought I poured my water, eh? And I should never put in the, I should have never put the tea in, right? I should have never put the tea in. No, I shouldn't have put the tea in until I put in the, I should have put the water in and then the tea, so I don't scald it, right? That's one thing I'm sort of missing in my work, you know, is how to take care of my kitchen. I love the food, I love the pleasure of just, you know, the tea, right? The tea, so important. And to understand the tea is a representation, okay, of the heavens. The filtering, right, of what goes on, okay, in the empty space, in the void, in the air we breathe. And I say it for a reason. I say it absolutely for a reason. I like to think that most of everything I say leans or extends from somewhere. I'm just pouring myself a cup of tea, and I'm going to put some honey in it. I love that honey. I like anything from nature. It gets me excited. Nature excites me. On day 6, animal and man. On day 6, animal and man. Does everybody know that story? We had a non-disclosure agreement on day 6. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to that in 1 minute. How you doing, Craig? Usually says say hello. So what happens is when we spoke before about the tea goes for the filter, right? The tea and the filter, okay? And the tea also can be used as a word that says ate, right? Which means I've already done it. Or I can say eat, like giving an order for someone to do it, right? And then I can say I'm eating, putting the ing, right? It's something that you're doing, so now you're in action. The ing is 957, right? You came to the birth in the E world. But to get to the point of why I mentioned the T filtration is because backwards, when you say 8 is for the letter H. H connects to with 4, and it connects the Trinity. 4 and 8. 8 and 16. 16 and 32. And on that level, we stop. You now have one side of that Trinity. And when I jump to games, right? When I jump to games, like right now I jump to the game I spoke about is the doubles dice, right? There's a doubles dice, I think in backgammon, that goes to 64. Also, of the 32 on the other side, 1/3 and 2/3, 16 over to 8, 1/3 and 2/3, 4 from 2, 1/3 and 2/3. The game of chess is also chalked up the same way. Right? The game of chess. I really like the co-host so we can boost the channel a little bit. but I'm afraid I'm going to lose my trend of thought, or I might stop. So if I do co-host, don't mind that moment, but someone help me to get out of it, because every time I go and co-host, I most of the time it's ridiculous, you know. Well, not most of the time, some of the time. And no one ever, anyways, I end up getting off my subject that I want to stand on. That's why I'm here. So what happens in the word, when you say eight is not the other word, like the other words. I don't need to include the E world within it, because it's not within the E world. It joins the two worlds that creates the E world. And with this 8, you can look at the octagon, which is 10, which is like a stop sign, which is the octagon, which is 8, but in October it's 10. 8 and 10 work in tandem together, right? 1 and 8 from 10, right? 1 and 8, right? The one area that 8 go around. This is telling a story for me. And I'm just retelling you the story, and you have to say, well, makes sense. And if it makes sense, we're going to keep on going, because I'm working on sewing I know the zodiac fits into it. You know, that's pretty simple, right? Or at least maybe just half the zodiac. Because until I get a yard, I need 36, right? I need 36 for a yard. And if I was looking at temperature, what is 36 Fahrenheit or 36 Celsius? Or if I went to, what is 36 on the periodic table? Krypton. That's pretty interesting. 36 is Krypton. KR. Huh. KR. King and Roi. 11 and 18. Isn't that ironic? It's a number that I just wrote down. Turns out to be number 29 at the end of this, right? 29th day of February changes the April 1st into the 92nd day, changes September 29th into the 273rd day, bringing two systems together. So that's what it is about 18. 18 is a number, okay, that goes into the sun. Why is it a number that goes into the sun? The numeric value for the sun is 18. I do not need the E world within it, because the sun lives within us. When you finish one step before the border line, we're living inside the border line. So that would be 4 by 18 equals to 72. Inside the house of bait, 2 and 7. Let me see if I got that right. Whoa, I saw it and then I lost it, right? All the combinations, right? 1 times 9, 9. 2 times 9, 18. 3 times 9, 27. 4 times 9, 36. 5 times 9, 45. 6 times 9, I flip this over, it's 54. 7 times 9, I flip it to the other side, 63. 8 times 9, 72. 9 times 9. 2 times 9, 3 times 9, 4 times 9, 5 times 9. 6 times 9, 7 times 9, 8 times 9, 9 times 9. All within itself. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, okay, equals to 9 and 9. 99 cents. When you have change and you want change, it all works with the 90, 90, 99. 99 cents. It works with 2. The I, the 99, and the R letter has only 2 letters in its house. I reverse R, there is no other. There is no in between. The only in between that comes with the R is the heart. And that would be 13.5, right? So now let's check this out if it works. 4.5 plus 9 equals 13.5. 13.5 plus 4.5 equals to 18. It works out absolutely perfect. That number centers to the heart, which is 1 and 3, 5. A, C, and E. The lower part of the connection of a wing and the upper part of the wing It's right over here. Let me see if you can see it. Here's one wing, 3214. And here's the other wing, 6987. Those are two wings. We connected here, and you end up creating the S letter, right? 7 and 3 will create your 10, 8 and 2, 9 and 1. And then on the same row over here where this part comes up, 4 and 6 comes up over here. There's a lot of connections to 4 and 6. There's connections to everything. Every single number tells a story. So let me take a sip of my tea. So let me breathe a little bit. I have to slow down. Oh no, I missed a whole lot of stuff last night there, Mr. Derby or Mrs. Derby or Avatar Derby. You see, I might find where I find some of the numbers, but then I have to find where the numbers go. I have to understand number relationships, the artwork, and connecting the dots, amongst the numbers and why I'm connecting them. It might be the Mayan calendar has a grid of what I think they call it 20 months and 18, something like that. But they have this big round stone that has, I think it's, is it 13 that's around it? They have another one. Let me see if I can find it, right? Just give me a second. Let me see if I can find this over here. I don't know, it says I'm low on space somehow. Just give me a minute to look it up. I just had the phone just buzz. Why did it buzz? Let me see what's behind here. Sounds good, somebody said. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, I got interrupted again. Yeah, there's just so many pieces of art. Why am I wearing the hat? I concentrate a little bit better with the hat. Just let me see. Anyways, I don't think right now I'm not finding it. I wish I did. I'm going to keep on looking. I'm going to turn the camera around and see if I'm... Right, here's the stuff. So I'm just going to show you this one piece over here, right? You see the way we have the cube inside of this? I'm not sure if you got a good picture of that, right? So we've got the two cubes, right? And then you can see this building that comes down here. These are like automatic. You see the indentation? I like to call it the chevron, okay? And then we have buildings that can come down. See, this is inside the cube inside the Star of David. And here's the multiple cubes inside of each other. See all the cubes inside of each other over here? You can also see how the letter M comes in, or the 6 and 6 coming together face to face, right? We have this over here, which looks like it's an accordion, right? See the way it's split, like the V letter for life? And when you put them back to back or face to face, they start to create these 6-pointed stars. And you can see that when I connect the 6 points here to this 6 points here, I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we're talking about 10 in October, right? And we got the joint 1 and 1 over here at the heart. And then we have this cube over here. You see the way the hexagon comes in over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see the way there's a passage, and there's let's see, one of these battery pieces. You ever see the way batteries are made, right? Let me see what else we got. Just want to see. We've already seen this, right? Or I'll maybe just take you over to the floor. I forget where this one came in. I forget exactly what's going on in this one. Let me take a look. Blah, blah, blah. 2468, 2468, 2468, 2468. Okay. This folds over here. Okay. The reason why this folds over here, I'm trying to see if I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? I don't like the way I did this. There might be something missing in there. But this part gets a straight area because in the game of a roulette, 360 degrees, the betting pattern right over here, okay, the betting pattern right over here turns into this image. I'm going to see if I can take this over to Paint and show you. So when I take it over here, I'm going to show you this. Look, I'm going to show you this. Just give me a second. And, right? And then we did the same thing down here. We're going to remove this part. I think I did that wrong. No, we're not going to do it that way. Whoop, sorry, I took it off the camera. Hold on a second, sorry. Let me just back that up. See, we took the head off, right? And you see the design of the head that looks like that V we saw before? And now we're going to remove the bottom part over here. That, you know, we don't see, right? We don't see what's encompassing us. This, okay, here's the crowns on each side that are plugged in. If you want to look at the upper pyramid or the lower pyramid that's plugged in, right? These numbers get removed and we live in this area. See the cube that's in here? Let me show you the cube if I can. I lost my vision for a second. See the way this becomes a cube? And then we got this cube in the middle. Now, if you want to give it a little bit of spice, you know, we can spice it up. And then we can do that again. I'm going to get out of this and get on to something else in a minute. But I just want to just show you that there's more. You see what I'm saying? What comes out of it? Start to get a vision. Maybe it's a bird. Maybe it's a woodpecker. I don't know. Okay, let me just get rid of that. Yeah, don't save. Let me see if I can find anything else in here, right? Okay, this one over here. Now I can't repeat it, right? I mean, I don't know if I can explain it, right? So we're going to go over here. For those of you, 1 and 1 is 2, and 1 is 3, and 2 is 5. Okay, 5 and 3 is 8. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 4 is 7. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 and 9 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 8 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 6 and 7 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 6 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 and 1 is 6. 6 and 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 6 is 8. 8 and 2 is 10. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 and 1 is 10. 1 and 9 is 10. And we start over again. This is the Fibonacci code. This is the artwork of the Fibonacci code. If anybody knows the Fibonacci code. Now, what did I do in the code? Okay, I only went to the bases of 3 wide. I never go more than 3 wide. Although, yes, I should go 4 wide, 4 by 3 and 3 by 4. But if I go 4 wide, I'm only going to draw 9 down. I'm only going to draw 9 down. Okay, if I go 4 wide. Okay, and what this is, right, is this is duplicated. This is duplicated. This is what happens. I have to reverse this camera now. Flip camera. Okay. I have to plug this in for a second because if I don't, plug it in, you know what happens? It shuts down and then this ends. You see, oh, I plug it in under here. Just give me a second. Okay, now I'm hoping that it's charging, right? I'm hoping. I must be one of them hoping Indians, right? I'm hoping that it's charging. I'm going to get back to Halloween, eh? Get back to Halloween. We're going to finish this Halloween thing, right? Going to finish this Halloween thing. You know, I always wanted to bring in guests or hosts. Let's see what it says for hosts again. I know I'll never do it, right? I asked somebody to do it, right? And, you know, let somebody ask me, but I need to know, right, that if I host with somebody, oh, okay, I think I understand how to get out of it, right, if I get into it. Oh, I think I got a visitor. What was that? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Are you going to lie down right there? Just right there? You're not going to do that, are you? No way. You're not lying down, are you? You're not a lying down. What's going on? You do know you're blocking the camera. You do know you're blocking the camera. I love you. I love you. I love you. Come on. I love you. Okay, come. Drink some of that tea. Just give me a second. So, and she has to lie down on, I mean, I got all kinds of stuff sitting on this desk. So she lies down on top of it. And that's okay. I just want to make it more comfortable for you with all your hair. No. Oh, bo. Jiminy crackers. Come on. Come on. You got a whole house. I built her a house right next to me. You know, I built her a house right next to me. Oh, I'm happy I just did that. Her table was a little bit far away. So, yeah, you can go in your house. So yeah, all this stuff going on, you know, my God's better than your God and all this stuff going on, you know. My way is better than your way. Who in the world are we? If there's a creator out there and there's creation, you know, how can we depict what's better and what's right, what's wrong? Seriously, come on. You know, I wasn't born yesterday, you know. For me, the transparency is right here. So let's get back onto Halloween. Let's not stretch this out too far. And if you'd like to help out the channel, you know, let me see what that link is, if you don't mind me checking it out. One of the links is, and you know what? I can't type on my my page, right? I can't type. They don't let me type for some reason in my own live. I don't even know how to do it. So they don't let me type anything, and I don't even know if I can type here. Can I type anything here? It says enhance, stickers, effects, sound effects, background. No, I'm not looking for any of that. No, there's nothing that I can do. It says share, interact. Let me see, wallpaper, Q&A, polls and gifts. No, I don't understand any of that. So it's just for me a waste of time, some of it, although it's not. Yes, so just give me 1 second to check this out. Give me 1 second. It's rare that I ever do it, but I almost have like no choice, right? I have a choice. So this is what I wanted to show. I don't know if you know, right here. You can PayPal me, paypal.me/MrTacPans7286. And you can buy me a coffee at Mr. Tacpans. I also have the page, Art Mr. Tacpans. It's just a group on Facebook. I'm rarely ever there. I don't really take to social media, right? I am interested in everything that's going on in the world. See, I got, it says I have 10,000 videos, right? 10,000 videos, 2,500 subscribers on this. And believe it or not, I'm being crazy with you, but the most views I ever had on a video was 400,000, and that's half my total views. And all they wanted to know is how they can win gambling. But they forgot to understand the movement in life only works in pieces and parts. So that means you can't do it all the time. Karma will come back and grab you. So there's different ways to do it, that you have to do it and understand it. That when you're treating, it can't be gambling. You have to do things business-like. You have to do things in honor. Because by not doing things in honor, that karma comes back. And you can say there's no karma, right? There's no karma, right? But actually there is. Okay, ciao, Derby, take care. So we're down to 1, right? And we didn't get to do the Halloween bit. And I'm not sure if anybody's still here at all. Let me see who's here. It'll say in guests, right? Viewers and friends not watching. So are you still here, Mr. No-No? Are you still here, Mr. No-No? Right? What was this over here? Let me see this over here. Right. So what is it, guests and hosts? What does that mean? Guests and hosts. What does it mean, guests and host? Okay, co-host with creators. Oh, let me see that again. Co-host with creators. Let me look at that. Because only one person's here. Maybe we got to rip this open. I got to learn more. I learned a little bit today, you know. I learned a little bit today, and some stuff I already knew. So if I had to draw out 365 days a year, it would look like this. They were talking on another program about Al-Qaeda, right? And the only thing that was missing is the 6 on this side. When you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 would be the bottom part of the dice sitting in your hand, so you don't count it. When you move this over, it becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you move this over, it becomes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. When you move this over, it becomes 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. When you move this over, it becomes 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Venus owns this place. Oh, that was 9. Oh, sorry, that wasn't the way it was supposed to be done. And every time you work in increments of 5, you will always be going 1 level up. So let's show you the increment of 10, okay? To stay in the same house, you go at increments of 9. To jump up 1 level, you do increments of 10. So let's say, for instance, 18, 1 and 8 is 9. 19, 1 and 9 is 10. So now we're going to do 29. Right, hold on. 18, sorry, I didn't do that right. 18 and then 28. And then 38 would be 11. and then 48 would be 12, and 58 would be 13. Each one of them will go up by 1. So after you completed whatever numbers we have to complete for the equation, it's going to tell us a story. I don't know what that is yet. Sometimes I have a little bit of a problem to understand where is it actually taking me, what climbs, right? And when we say lightning, what is lightning doing? Because in the word lightning is 10 and 9. And in the word Nintendo is also 9 and 10, but it's also telling me about 1 and 8 because of the word do. And when I think about do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, I know I started over again. And the beginning of A, 1, A, 8. Let me do this again. A, 1, and 8, and 15, and 22, and right, 22, and 29, and 36. Did I get that right? Yeah, and 43, and 50, and 57, and 64, and 71, and 78, and 85, and 92, and 99. So 1 reaches to 99 when counting in gematria, 7 by 9, because we never count 2 of the parts. 2 of the parts of the 9 are never talked about. Those are the earphones. Those are the moons of Mars. Does anybody know? I know we're only one person here, so it's like a brand new thing that's starting, right? So if you just joined the channel and want to understand what I'm doing, why I'm wearing this mask, I can take it off, right? I can just go and take it off. Just keeps popping back on. And I leave it here because I just feel like it. And I think it sort of fits the relationship I have with the place I reside. No, I'm not an artist. I'm a visionary of the sun. Visionary of the sun. Is anybody, we're just one person here. How you doing? Let me see this. Invite Merritt Jonas, Thomas 3 to join as a live guest. If you're here and you want to join me as a live guest, okay, come on in. Ask me. Let's come on in. You can ask me live instead of typing it out. It's been a big struggle for 20 years. Oh, why don't you give up? I said it's a struggle. I didn't say I wanted to give up. Well, why not? When do you give something up? When you no longer need it, or when somebody needs it more than you? And I am giving it up. I'm giving it up by sharing what I know. And if you're interested, you'll stay. Otherwise, you won't. Will it help you any way in your life immediately? You know, over time, things do work. It's magic. The magic of time is a tool. It's a measurement. Patience, great patience is needed for this measurement of the beast. Oh, I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it anymore. I can't wait. How long do I have to wait? W-E-I-G-H-T? W-A-I-T? Why do I weigh so much? Do I weigh 28 grams to an ounce? 16 ounces to a pound? 1 ton, 2,000 pounds, is it metric or imperial? Do you know that the American gallon and the imperial gallon, 3.8 times 1.25, right, equals to 4.75. It's about between 1.2 and 1.25, the difference in the imperial. If you want to know about the difference between Canadian football, yeah. No, if you have to go ahead. So if you want to know the difference in Canadian football, right, and American football, 3 downs and 4 downs. In Canadian footballs, let's call it the tower. Because the Twins were 110. But you know that all three buildings were 11 and 2? Well, there were actually three. There were 2 and 3. It depends if you wanted to get out to the roof. You know, once you hit the last floor, you go on to the roof, and you can say that's the 111th floor, 111. And the building 7 had 47 floors, and that's 4 and 711. Call it the time of the bull beast. The beast and the bull, they all equal to number 47. Calling of the angels. So let me see, somebody's sending me a message or not. I don't like to do this. It's all wrong that I should. Okay, sounds good. No. Okay, I don't know why I get these messages. My sister sent me a message. I'm just writing to my sister to tell her I'm going to be over there, right? But she was just telling me my cousin's in from New York visiting, and the house is full up. Like, because I usually go in there, walk the dogs, talk to the kids, and they're just a whole lot of fun. It's like a whole new world seeing everybody grow up, right? So yeah, it still says, hey, we've got a new visitor in here. Wow, sometimes it shows up under one name, and then sometimes it shows up under another name there, Miss 47, right? Oh, yeah, wait a second. It keeps changing. Oh, okay, I see what it does. That's really weird why they should put 2 names. So where was I with this? Where was I? Not the werewolf, right? Let me get a little bit more tea. Okay, what was I talking? Let me try and go back to where I was. Wow. I really lose myself, eh? I don't even know what I was talking about. I know I was talking about number 18 earlier on, right? And the thing about 18, and what's ironic about 18, is the M letter is 13 and the E letter is 5. The heart of the alphabet, okay? The heart of the alphabet is 13.5. The 13 ball in pool is orange. The 5 ball in pool is orange. 135 says ace. The word sun is also 1, 3, and 5. And the ace shows division between the heart and the 2 sides. And I'm repeating this, bringing in the moons of Mars. The numeric value for the sun is 54. And 5 and 4 go in between what is 6 and 3. And if it's passing through the electric moon and it's orange, we're going to now get burnt orange. And burnt orange is being used on Harley Davidson, HD. 8 and 4, HD, is going to be related to 3 by 28, 8 and 4, 3 cycles of the 28 days of the moon period. I use 3. They also use 3 in hockey. Everybody knows by now that it's 3, and then we turn everything over in the cycle on 4. We get Harley Davidson. We get the 2-wheeled bicycles. What's going on? What's going on? Because that's what it does. What vibration is that, right? What vibration is that? Because it definitely, Harley Davidson, Harley, or reading the first beginning of that, right, would say fleur-de-lis in the sun. God, this guy's going nuts. How do you get the fleur-de-lis in the sun? Harley, Lee as in fleur-de-lis. Har backwards is Ra, like the sun god. H bringing 2 systems together, 180 degrees 18. The 18th letter is R, bringing in the 9 birth. When you add up 1 to 5, it equals to 15. When you multiply it, it equals to 120. 120. and 15 equals to 135 ACE. 1 and 5. Have anybody ever heard of something to do with 51? Area 51? Nah. How can that fit in? Just a coincidence. If we created, when we have to, I have to, I need to, I want to, I like to, right now the only AI computer that there is now, and I'm speaking and I'm telling you how it connects. I like to tell you that part of AI has to be really cool in order for it to move its black goo. Yeah, we have to move the black goo. The hockey puck on ice. We're going to move it with the queen. She's the stick. She's the stick handler. Where does she play? Is she at center ice? The one center? How about the two forwards? The right wing and the left wing? Perhaps the two defense? The left and the right? But what about if this cube sat just like that? If the cube just sits? If the cube just sits just like that? You don't see it sitting on its butt, right? But when you're going forward in offense, the one sitting on its butt on the bottom of this dice, it's the goaltender. He's tending the goal. It's a goal. It's a net, right? I hope it's the whole net, not part of the net. Don't be intermediary, right? You got to defend the net. To mend and defend. Net backwards is 10. A, B, C, D. Protect the mirror of creation. Putting alpha into delta, okay, creates, I think, eta. Is eta the old car, the old machine? See, this has to be done in English and French, and the Greek alphabet is also included in this. I include the Hebrew alphabet in this too, and any alphabet I can shove into it, I will. I have a little trouble with the Italian alphabet. I don't know why, all right? In Spanish alphabet, I'm okay, and Italian, what is it? Is an I, right? With the I letter, but I'm just trying to now, I have to look, just because I had to move this kitty cat over here. I'm not sure if you can see this kitty cat. There's a leg here, like that leg. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't play with you with that. I'm really, really sorry. Lie down. Shh, 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 shh. Always something new. Hey, let's take a dive into the aquarium, right? Would I be an Aquarius if I jumped into the aquarium? Or would I be the Pisces fish? You know, fish, F-I-S-H, is one of those things you shove in the toilet when it's blocked. They call that a fish, right? And dossier, or a file, right, in French would also be called a fichier, right? And that can be misunderstood for go shit, you know, but I just said that real quick so you don't actually hear what I'm saying. And in Aquarius, you also have gold, because the AU comes together, and for some reason it still ends with the word in walrus. I think it's the 11th zodiac sign. Is that right? Is Aquarius the 11th zodiac sign? That's pretty cool. It's 11 and 2. Hey? You ever think of that? Right? You ever think of the, where is that in front of me, right? So where was I going to take this next? Yeah, I was talking about burnt orange, Harley Davidson, the planet Pluto, 13.5, and 13 and 5 is 18, and it actually says REM, like possibly in REM sleep, possibly matter and energy coming together, Mars and Earth coming together. So there's values between Mars and Earth. There's values between matter and energy. There's values between the queen and the king. There's value to what the word 20 is 107. 5 times 2, 5 plus